Hello, everybody. Once again, I am JD. This is Rockman. Welcome back to Out of the Game. We are the host with the most. We are giving you all the lowdown on movies, games, and books that you and I love and hate. So today, what are we talking about, man? We talking about one of your favorite games, right?
Yeah. What one did you actually put me on to, everybody?
The one that I put him on to, and he's supposed to be the expert. So this is the game right here. This is Mass Effect.
A little game called Mass Effect.
A little game called Mass Effect, okay? So this game comes out, about 4 or 5 years ago?
It's been a while.
Burst onto the scene as this, multi-optional RPG. Takes place in outer space. A lot of people didn't know about this game at first. Didn't really get a whole lot of huge jump into it. But once people start playing the game, it kind of skyrocketed from there. And like my man Rock said, I had to put him onto it because he was a little late starting this game. But I told him how great it was, how many options you had, and him being an RPG fan. He, of course, took to it immediately.
I tell you, if I was a rock star and you were a drug dealer, that'd be like you give me Quaaludes for the first time back in the
Well, I got to put you on to the stuff now. Okay,
good. So good.
Yeah, it was real good. So, trilogy, 3 games, Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3. All 3 were successful. What is your favorite one of the trilogy? What do you think your favorite?
I don't think I have a favorite, man. I can't have a favorite in that series.
You can't have a favorite?
I can't have a favorite. And you know why I can't have a favorite?
Why?
Because they're all so good. I'm one of the few people who actually did like the ending. Only
the
because
ending of what?
The ending of the whole trilogy. But that's only because I felt like the game actually came together really nicely, and the way it had to end was how it had to end. But the reason why I love all of them is because your freedom of choice. Your freedom of what you wanted to do, the weapon system, the controls, the setup. It was basically like Star Trek and any RPG just mixed together and had a baby. But Mass Effect is so before its time.
You know how the Trekkies are. Be careful now. Don't step on their
like,
toes too much.
5 million already in the comments.
So I feel the same way Rock does about the entire trilogy. I think it was fantastic, and the reason why we're talking about it today because number one, we love the game so much. Every aspect of it, 1, 2, and 3 were fantastic. I wasn't a real big fan of how it ended in 3, but the writers had done such an excellent job with these 3 games. I can't really complain about it. Plus, it's just a game. So the other reason why we're talking about it today is because there's been a lot of speculation about what the next iteration is going to be about, Mass Effect 4. So, Rock, tell me what's your idea about it? What would you think? Where do you think they should go with?
Well, as we kind of discussed, and they don't know about it, but what we kind of figured was with Mass Effect 4, right? First off, Shepard should not be, and look at me. Shepard should not be in this. Now go ahead and clown, because I know you guys are just like, did he really just say?
He said that.
God.
He said, tell him again.
Shepard should not be in 4.
That's right.
But the reason why I say that is because you should focus on the next generation of heroes. We had a great idea of saying, hey, what if? Because we love what's her name?
Liara.
I love Liara. What if Liara and Shepard had a son? Now, before you guys freak out and say, "Oh no, females, no, you can only have females."
Wait, Asaris that's a species of entirely females.
Yeah, of entirely females.
And no matter whatever species they bond with, they're supposed to have a daughter. There's never been an Asari male.
And that's what makes it so perfect, Will.
So
if you had this.
So that's what we're saying. We're making this official.
That's how strong it is.
That's how strong it is. Just knocks everything over. Blows every other idea out of the water.
Every other idea.
So we talked about this, a few months back as we're playing the games. When the third one was over with, if they did another one, what would be great is, like you said, for somehow, some way for Liara and Shepard to have, if that was your romance of choice, to have a son, and this male would be the first male Asari, and you can even paint the picture. You could put it 50 years. 30 years, heck, you can put it 5 years after the events of Mass Effect 3. Why?
Enough to get away from
it, Now, because the galaxy's in turmoil. You killed the Reapers, but you got homeworlds that have been devastated.
Yes.
Right pickings for criminals.
Yes.
You got the people in the terminus systems. They're going crazy.
Really no balance in the galaxy, right?
You got no balance in the galaxy. You
No
got really
teleporters,
you really got no defined leadership in any race of people because all of their home worlds have been completely decimated. So it's ripe for the picking for this hero, this son of Liara and Shepard, who's got like these incredible powers because of who his father was, because of who his mother was, to come in and sort of have to make the decision, okay, do I take after my father's legacy and try to right the wrongs in the galaxy because, this whole Reaper invasion has kind of thrown everything in chaos, or do I play the renegade and kind of side with some of these people?
This could totally happen because if you think about it, Asaris can live for so long. We can easily say she's in the matriarch stage.
Right. Just thousands of years.
Thousands of years.
Right. So this is, this is something possible. This is just our iteration, what we feel like would be pretty interesting. We know you all have your ideas, and we know the company's going to go what they're going to go with. We talked about that last time with this whole Assassin's Creed thing. Don't let me get on that again. But
there should only be 8.
But that's where we feel like, just me and Rock, where that would make the most compelling and interesting story. Number one, you've got this male. Never been a male, ever in that race of
never
beings.
in us.
It's all females. Never. You got this one male. So not only is he a pariah or, just an oddball in the galaxy, but in his own culture, because there's never been one. So can you imagine, like, the frenzy of all the female Asari coming after this cat?
And he has the blood of Shepard.
Yeah.
That's already just majestic right there in itself.
Commodity.
High commodity.
High commodity.
I don't see why the people at EA and BioWare aren't thinking of this right now. They can even watch this tape right now and get an idea. I'm just saying.
That's not really fair. Maybe they are. Maybe they have already thought about this. Maybe we're late in the game.
Maybe so.
But this is what we like to see. We're just telling you. This is what we like. This is what I would like to play.
I'm just saying, if you're out there watching this right now, I totally will not say anything or rip at you guys if you do it. You know why? It's your product anyway. I'm just saying, good idea. Get the male Asari out there. That's all I'm saying.
The male Asari. Mass Effect number 4. The male Asari. Child of Liara and Shepard. Now, one last point about this. I know what the people out there are going to say. Well, what if I didn't have a relationship with Liara? What if I had a relationship with Ashley, or what if I had a relationship with Miranda? I think we can all agree, those of us who played the game, that we kind of felt like the game was kind of pushed toward
Liara. This is shown in Mass Effect 2 at the by the way, warning, spoilers. Yeah. But this is shown in Mass Effect 2 where you're actually revived for Cerberus, that Liara is found out to be, of course, the Shadow Broker, and she actually turns your body over to Cerberus. I know, right? I know.
If you haven't played the game, you're gonna be mad. If you haven't played the game, you're gonna be mad because we're telling you everything. Like, just go play the game.
Turn off the interview now. Like, seriously, go play it. And basically, other things that happen in the game, like the end of 3, where you see where you're actually being excavated, and they're like, you were basically meat and tubes.
Right.
And Liara's like, yeah, I really didn't want to see you like that, but that was this was the only way I could revive you. Mm-hmm. And so you can definitely tell throughout 1, 2, and 3, they definitely wanted you to be with Liara. There was really no other. I mean, the other stuff, because of choice, that's what Mass Effect is.
Right.
They wanted you to actually be with them.
But in all 3 games, basically your storyline or your tale, your quest eventually put you in her company, and she was put in your company.
Yeah, I mean,
and that was a constant string throughout
the whole
all 3
DLC
games.
For Shadow Broker.
Exactly.
That's what it was.
That's what
it was basically, hey, if you had Liara as a love romance, we put her back in. Just for you,
right. Okay, so once again, Mass Effect, BioWare, you guys did a fantastic job. I can't compliment and say it enough. Mass Effect number 4, you heard it from JD, you heard it from Rock. Male Asari.
Please leave Shepard.
Male Asari.
Please leave Shepard.
Renegade or hero?
Please leave him.
Shepard needs to be
something new.
All right. So, next topic. Guardians of the Galaxy! Okay, so now, when Avengers bust through on the scene, they made almost $2 billion worldwide.
Easily.
So the next group of films that Marvel mentioned was, of course, the first one being Guardians of the Galaxy, the next one being Ant-Man, and everybody knew that they were going to come back with the Avengers 2, okay? So I read some blogs, I got out there, did some research, read some articles. There's some people with some speculation about, well, why did they do Guardians of the Galaxy? That's not really something that everybody knows about. It's kind of, one of those offshoot type of storylines, type of characters. So I agree to a certain degree. So what I did is I went and I bought these fantastic books because they just so happen to want to reboot the series. And I am completely in love with these characters. You got Star-Lord, you got Gamora, you got Drax the Destroyer, you got Rocket Raccoon, you got Groot. I think it's going to turn out to be a fantastic movie. I've seen the trailer. I mean, what you tell me, what you think about it?
And I think, just reiterating what you said again, I think it's going to be outstanding and absolutely fantastic. And people don't understand with this because Guardians of the Galaxy, they're right. It was one of the lesser known comics. I mean, honestly, to me, I hate when people say, "Oh, it's not one of the well known comics," because most comics
are Spider-Man. It's not the Fantastic
Most of them are unknown anyway. Like most people don't know the real story of Spider-Man, Thor, or like Captain America. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like this would open the way for such great underground titles like West Coast Avengers that explains how Captain America founded the new Avengers. You have Excalibur, you know what I'm saying? You have X-Force. So it can pave the way for all these great comics to come out and say, hey, this is what was going on while this is happening, and they kind of lead into that. Like for example, Age of Ultron. We all know what's coming, and with Guardians of the Galaxy, everybody who's read the comic book knows. And I'm looking at you guys. We know that Ultron shows up in a lot of comic and story arcs. So this is perfect. This is a perfect opportunity for them to actually say, well, hey, here's this, here's that, and oh, by the way, like we might even one day see a Moon Knight movie. Who knows? That might actually get to. I know.
I would prefer to see Nova over Moon Knight, but I get what you're saying.
I mean, it's just the fact that like pretty soon, no comic book character will be taboo. You won't have to say, oh, well, Luke Cage won't sell.
Right. Nothing will be safe. Everything will be fair game.
Exactly.
And I want to just reiterate what you just said. A lot of these storylines, people, they tie in together. Guardians of the Galaxy, they're in outer space. So what you and I wanted to see in X-Men 3 when we heard about the Phoenix and how she was supposed to be a big part of this movie, we wanted to see the Shi'ar. That's what I wanted to see.
X-Men.
I wanted to see the Shi'ar. Because everybody knows, if you know anything about X-Men, that they have, she when she was overwhelmed by the Dark Phoenix and that presence, that she ended up, destroying an entire planet in the Shi'ar Empire. They wanted her for trial, and it was the Shi'ar Empire, guards against the X-Men, and they had to battle for the life of Jean Grey. That's what I wanted to see.
Put my boys, the Kree, in there.
The Kree.
They got an agenda. Put them in there, man.
Guardians of the Galaxy can open up all of these possibilities since we didn't get it in X-Men. We can get it in Guardians of the Galaxy. It's something that a lot of people don't know about, but hey, you need to go do your research. You need to look this up. Like my man said, Age of Ultron right around the corner. All these storylines end up intersecting. I'm not going to tell you how. I want you to go and find out. Thanos, we got a little snippet of him at the end of Avengers. And we know that Guardians, they had a lot of dealings with Thanos because Gamora is supposed to be like his quote-unquote adopted daughter.
And you gotta wonder, if they're gonna do all that, are they gonna bring death in? Because
Thanos has this fascination with death. He just loves death. And in the comic book, it's like personified as a woman.
This dude would commit genocide to be with her.
Yeah,
seriously.
I mean, how can you beat that? So all the retractors, all the people who are doubting Guardians of the Galaxy, I encourage you, go read it. You can see clearly where this movie could potentially go. I'm excited about it. My geek meter's all the way up here. It's coming out this year. It's going to drop in August. I think it's going to blow a lot of people out of the water. And I think it's going to be a good segue leading up to the other films that they have. Ant-Man, of course, like we were just talking about the whole Ultron thing. Ant-Man had a lot to do with how Ultron was created. I'm not going to tell you everything. I'm not going to tell you everything right now. Okay? Just a little bit. Guardians of the Galaxy, you need to check it out. Don't read too much into the people who are kind of like, tearing it apart right now. Just go try it for yourself. Okay? I promise you will not regret it. Start with the books. Books is where everything starts.
End with the movie.
Drawing, books. Read the books.
Use your imagination. I'm just saying, it works.
Now, speaking of that, that's going to be a great segue into our next topic, our last topic for the day.